Well, we're back with Pineapple Glitch, and they're here for raid number 60, and we get to watch the city and county steal from people again. But it's kind of funny, right, when we got Walmart out there cutting the starting wage, cutting people's hours, and more of their own employees are ending up on the street. Now we have the city and county beating on and stealing from people that's working, even more so. So the little analogy that certain officials want to use, that they're all just houseless because they refuse to work or whatever, it just doesn't work. Well, this is our camp. It's all nice and cleaned up. Everything's sitting in red tents, and we're going to see what happens with this. As you see, the police are now showing up down there. They're all ready to go. Yeah, it's pretty bad when we have businesses on this island that's abusive and basically stealing community resources, to where people end up being houseless or needs aid or whatever, that the city and county retaliates against not the businesses and hold them accountable, but retaliates against the people that ends up on the street because of the business practices the city council allows these individuals to run. Yeah, they're taping everything all up, acting all cool now. So, the judge said that, for containing off an area 10 feet around areas that they're supposedly confiscating from, but here, nothing here is confiscatable, so we gotta wonder why they're now separating people against, away from their, stuff. How's it going, man?
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Well, saying that if I put something up 10 minutes later, they can come tag it. Isn't there a time frame for how long the thing has to be?
Yeah, it's 24 hours.
So, by their tagging yesterday,
they can only get
ability to break a tent down and put a tent up in front of them. These tents have not been 24 hours.
You can't. It states in there that items that's been on public grounds for more than 24 hours will be given a notice of 24 hours for seizure.
And there's guaranteed no way possible that these tents have been here 24 hours, right?
That's right.
Because these guys were here less than 24 hours, or 24 hours ago.
Right.
And then the news was here and interviewed us with all the blue tents still here. And now they're getting ready to tag tents that have been here less than 24 hours with a 24-hour warning. I'm pretty sure that's a violation of the law. Maybe the judge would be interested in that violations of law, since he's interested in the law.
Right.
I'm interested in the law being upheld too. No, just an angle to look into.
Well, they're not supposed to tape off unless there's actually a designated area of where there was offenses where they would be confiscating.
Yeah, it shouldn't be taping us off.
But they actually know that none of this is being confiscated anyway, so they have no right to separate people from their property.
That's the 2 points.
Yep.
Yeah, separating us from items is have no right to be tagged because they haven't been on the sidewalk less than 24 hours.
Yeah, it's violating constitutional amendment.
Violating. Thank you. Thank you.
That was not in there. I can guarantee it. That's enough for my commentary. I gave him a quick advice.
For both the police and the troops, it's got to be kind of an easy deal because there's never been any kind of illegal material or activity here in the last 60 days. No weapons, no drugs, drug trafficking.
Oh yeah, abusive corporations. Abusive corporations is now laying off. They're cutting hours and cutting pay. So people end up on the streets, and the city and county is retaliating against those individuals for trying to work and trying to maintain their life instead of holding the companies accountable for depletion of resources.
Why not go after the real bad guys?
Right.
They're big guys.
Right.
These guys work.
You know, Caldwell says that he's all for, people not using public grounds, but what is he planning on doing? Building a condo. And then the food trucks, you got the food trucks that use this stuff too, right?
Here's our better video. They got two videographers. We got two videographers. Our stuff goes on Ustream. Our stuff is available for the public. Ours is the public good. Theirs is to intimidate the public to use it. Work for you guys. Theirs.
Well, I guess we can get in on this conversation and see what's going on.
tape on it on?
I would love to meet him. I wish they would come.
Even while raiding the houseless, the poorest people on the island, it becomes a commercial.
I don't want the motorcycle, honestly.
Wow. What is this, NASCAR? Hey Doug, I just want to point out to you, you might want to zoom in for your viewers, even while rating the poorest of people on the island, it becomes a commercial like NASCAR.
A countdown sales event.
Yeah, countdown.
APR.
I'm so glad the Suzuki is so concerned about Americans and Hawaiians and what's happening to them as they deplete the resources of our community, so the city and county beats and steals from them.
That is
You see the
I can take the tag for this time as well.
You see the NASCAR logo?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's connected to that ordinance that will allow homeless people to sleep in their cars. So I think they're advertising Suzuki cars.
Oh, yes. Advertising for Suzuki. Buy a Suzuki and live in luxury now.
Yeah. Step up.
At 0% APR for 5 years with approved credit, though. That's the catch. You're viewing Deoccupy Honolulu, the longest running encampment in the world. This is raid 60, as we are standing in solidarity with the houseless on the island and demanding accountability for protecting and serving the public in our communities to the city and council. So, yeah.
$35.23. What time are they gonna call the raffle number? I got a ticket $35.23. I don't know if I win. If I win,
These tags will be back in 24 hours, and in 24 hours, everything tagged in here.
Well, I just question the fact of taping people off to tag them. When did that become part of the court order or allowable for that? I don't know. If there's no purpose in taking or confiscating, or there's no violations, then what are they doing?
I think that guy watching is Ross.
Who's that?
The new DSM head.
Oh, the new DSM head. Yeah. There'd be due process in protecting and preserving the rights of all the citizens here. This would be Raid 60, where they attempt to try and confiscate items. Under a court order, they're allowed to now tape off at 10 feet, where before it was like 20, 30, 40 yards. You know, they found that that's definitely not right. And so we're back to much calmer tones, especially now that the city and county is being held in federal court to uphold their own law. Now they're going after the stuff that we've been telling them to throw out for, God, a month or two? But they never did. So now they're finally going to do it after we made a mention about it again yesterday in front of the media. So we were nice enough to put it in one spot for them because we were tired of it, along with the community, of having a bunch of stuff all over the sidewalks that the city and county was refusing to pick up or do anything with. This is that free speech tent that was taken, and with the amount of people that's here, it's definitely within the realm of City Ordinance 1026, which is Bill 39, that allows 10 square feet per person for their statements of freedom of speech. Well, they just got done tagging it, so we'll see what happens with that one. Now it looks like they're closing us in.
Yeah, this is a weird exclusion.
Yeah, this is a weird exclusion when you're boxing people in. But I'm just questioning. We'll let them do their job, and we'll find out what the heck they're doing, crawling us in.
They're not boxing you in, they're just moving the tape.
Okay. Thank you.
all learn that. Just all learn to be able to pick and say next time. It's relevant. The hair on my chinny chin chinny. It's relevant. The hair on my chinny chin chin. I'm the person building a wood house. Honestly, I'm tired of this mess. I like to see you guys do work.
Oh gosh. Alright, let you guys know you're watching Occupy Honolulu, longest running encampment in the world. We're now on rate 60. As we stand in solidarity with the houseless to hold the city and county accountable to represent their citizens, taxpayers of every class on this island. We expect that the city and county will be doing its due diligence in protecting everyone's civil rights, constitutional law, and of the Bill of Rights. So the 60 raids that's been performed, they've had several instances. Oh, they found the other chair, like I tried to say. Aw, isn't that cute? Told them. But anyways. This is the houseless side of the camp. Most everybody took off and ran, of course. This is what the city and county tries to do, is push them around the island. But they keep coming back because there isn't no actual foolproof plan to help any of the individuals. They don't do anything to suggest any kind of care, help, training, services of any sort to allow these people a means to have opportunity to even give themselves a chance to get off the streets and into homes. As you see, we get a lot of police down here for whatever reason. We've never given anybody any kind of a violent sense, we don't go after people in that kind of aspect. That it would constitute what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 officers, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 DFM employees, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 park department individuals. They weren't even confiscating anything, as you see, because everything's within the law. I don't understand why they feel depleting the resources to such extent to steal from people when they could be using it to get them off the streets. I would assume that people would value the sensibility and that our resources are finite here. You know, money doesn't grow on trees, and wastefully throw away money at the expense of other corporations around here that is wastefully holding the city and county and the state to use their resources to subsidize the abusive tactics that these corporations use on this island. It just makes no sense. I mean, two wrongs definitely don't make a right. So I would like to see the city and county use some just normal economics, even accounting sensibility here. You know, it's not hard to see if one company isn't doing their due diligence for the community and their employees, why should the city and county have to pick up the tab? But then when the city and county doesn't do their due diligence to make sure that people are protected on this island, so the corporations doesn't do that type of tactic, well, then they end up on the street. And then when they end up on the street, here we've wasted a lot of community resources on trying to feed, give health care, shelter, all this kind of stuff. And but they feel it's best to waste even more money to steal from them instead of coming up with laws that protect the citizens on this island. Coming out with programs that use the same funds, if not less, than what they're using to help these individuals. We have from the city auditor and the prior mayor that says that they spend approximately $10,000 plus per raid. When there's 10 individuals here, that means that's 10 individuals that could have been sitting indoors and not even had a single thing on the street. But instead they're going to spend $10,000 here, spend another $5,000 or $6,000 in food, if not more. Spent because of the way the services are, you know, through EBT and welfare and all the other services that's out there. Spend even more money and just wasting people's time in general to come out with nothing. So it's depletion of resources. And the current mayor, I'm hoping that he has enough economic sense about him to know that when there's individuals out there that our community is relying on to provide jobs, and when they're not providing those jobs, or that they're cutting their jobs, or cutting their pay, cutting their benefits, cutting their time, so they don't get as many hours. Hey, where did my bag go? Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah. When they're doing that kind of stuff, then it's easy to understand that it's just wasteful all the way around. So we're spending 3-4 times the amount of money to combat an issue that has no value to it. It doesn't do anything. Are you the new DFM director? Hi. Sorry. My name is Christopher Smith. How you doing? So, this is what they do. The trash that they're picking up could have been picked up a long time ago, but they're refusing to do it because the city and county wanted to make a symbolic front that people are dirty, people are trashed, and this is against the community. Well, yeah, you're right. In one little aspect that this shouldn't be happening, that this isn't right, and that people should be on the street. So fix the problem. Caldwell seems to be an educated businessman. I'd like to see him use some of those skills in coming up with an economic plan that actually has value for the community and the citizens of this island, and start solving an issue. These tactics that's been used for decades doesn't help anything. I'm glad to see they at least cleaned up some trash today since they weren't able to confiscate anything. So all these officers and all these officials and all these park department, DFM, and everybody else that's here was all needed to clean up garbage that any time they could have taken that we kept telling them to take. Interesting. Okay, we have a confiscation going on. They've just entered into a tent. As you see, they separate us from those, but we're allowed to be here, which makes no sense. It sounds like, what is the word for that? What would that be? Why you have to separate one class of people and not the others?
Targeting and discrimination.
Right, exactly. Targeting and discrimination. That's garbage anyhow. What do you mean? It is. Piled up like that. It's not going to help. Did the owner come and clean?
The word in the park is that they already got everything they wanted from it.
Okay.
But they didn't want to be here.
This is one of the houseless individuals that stays here at the camp. As you can see, he wasn't able to get everything out of here in time, so they're confiscating the only thing that helps keep him alive. The city and county gave some kind of opportunity, this wouldn't be necessary. Mm-hmm.
And the criminals were taking it off. Are doing it under the protection of the law.
So this individual lost his bed and his shelter because the city and county doesn't have options for him. No opportunity, no options, no care, but we've spent thousands of dollars to keep this person on the street.
Morning.
They don't know that. You guys now know more than the commercial media photographer that just showed up.
Needs to be made aware of that this is the house's community.
You here from a media outlet?
Yes.
Excellent. Where are you from?
Our advertisers. Our advertisers should watch my screen. These are advertisers. Guys,
Sugar.
Hey, Dennis.
Happen to have a card back here?
Oh,
Give me
no.
after you're done.
Oh, actually, I did.
Yeah.
For the houseless community, yeah. On that end.
Stuff coming through. Although a lot of my stuff is on the back of that stuff. Like, this is where the real issue is. That has the place. It's on the second. Most vulnerable. That stuff sticks right up.
From the houses. So we just spent thousands of dollars to steal someone's stuff. And there's not a single person here offering any kind of help, care of any sort to give this person any type of options. How's it going? Pretty good. The real issue comes from how the corporations, I mean, and you might want to think it's funny or whatever, but when many of the companies are cutting hours, cutting pay, you know, they're not showing any kind of real responsibility for their own employees nor the community itself. What ends up happening is the taxpayers are subsidizing these companies to create job loss. That doesn't make sense. Why should a taxpayer have to pay companies like Walmart to treat their employees badly and hurt the community? And then when the city and county decides to jump in to steal from them and waste even more resources that's been depleted just because the company themselves aren't showing any kind of responsibility, where does that make sense? It's just a depletion of resources, and the city and county is now joined in to do the same thing, even more so on a bigger scale. So when we spend $10,000 on 10 individuals in one raid, that would have been 10 people that would have been at market value, had an apartment, and you wouldn't even be doing this. I mean, you do that for the whole rest of the island after 60 raids, it's a lot of money. And then you had the storage, and then you had the return. By the time you're done, I mean, this camp alone's been over $1 million, just this camp.
So what's the purpose of your encampment here?
It's in solidarity of the houseless. It's to give them a voice to say, hey, this isn't right. What just happened today didn't help anything, right? There's no value in what just happened because the tents are still here.
But there's value to your cause.
Yes, by helping people, giving them opportunity. You know, I'm not saying give people a bunch of freebies, right? You know, I mean, this isn't, you know, we can't just give everybody everything, but there should be some sort of opportunity. When the housing market crashed and then jobs were being lost, there's people that fell into the system. And at an alarming rate, just in the past year, we've almost doubled in 1 year's time how many people's actually houseless on this island. You know, people have various different reasons of why, but what it still comes down to is people are having trouble to make a living here, and that there's a root cause to it.
So what opportunity do you create with this?
What opportunity? It's not that we're creating opportunity. Besides, the only opportunity that we really create with this is giving them a safe haven, some place that they can stay away from all the drugs, some place that they stay away from all the fights that happens throughout the rest of the area, or happens within the shelters here. Now, as for a voice, hopefully at some point I would like to see that our mayor and our elected officials use some economic sense and say, hey, if we're going to spend thousands of dollars to get no value out of it, what can we do to make value out of it? You know, and if we can create value, then it helps everyone. We're not here to fight. I got better things to do than fight in the city left and right. Let me tell you. I mean, I have a job at 13 years of college. I'm fine. But I'm here for a purpose. And that's to say, come on, this isn't right. This is violating people's civil rights, and it's depleting the resources of this island even more. There's no value in what's been attained here. If at some point we use economic sense and give opportunity, we get value. And if those individuals can perform and get themselves off, even if it's only, you can say, well, 40% of the people doesn't want to do anything. I'm not going to argue whatever number you come, because you can't tell the rest of those individuals that do to screw off, right? If they're willing and they're trying, that only helps the whole community out because it's less depletion of the resources. You gave them opportunity for a much smaller cost than what's going on now. That's all.
So this is how you present your message to them?
Well, right now, the only way we can do it is because if they're going to beat and steal from the houseless, and there's been numerous instances of that all the way through this island, someone has to make a stand for them here. And if it comes to the point where every houseless individual, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 wants to move here, and we can provide that safety for them, then we'll stay here. But if the city and county can provide safety for them by giving them opportunity to rise up and be on their own, we have no jobs here, and we'll leave. Why would I want to be here to argue this?
I don't like living in a tent.
You know, it's that simple. It's that simple.
38 years.
This isn't about me against the government. It's about me sitting there representing the people of this community to say that District 6 alone has 2/3, if not 3/4 now, of the houseless population for the whole state. And this community is paying for the whole state's issue because nobody between the city, county, state is wanting to represent them and obtain some kind of value that gives opportunity for an individual to get off the street and be productive. That'll raise our GDP, help us all out, because we all know Hawaii's in a downward spiral. If you know the GDP figures, I mean, we're spending $2 billion more every year than what we actually make in revenue. So why are we going to deplete more resources by spending more while violating their civil rights? It doesn't make sense. You know, it's simple. It's easy. Give opportunity. That's all we want. It's not a hard message to conquer, but the city and county and the media would like to paint a whole nother picture. But as everybody in this community sees, ticked off at us or not for being here with the tents, we haven't left.
I think the problem is people don't see how this is opportunity. That's the difficulty that you have to bridge.
Oh yeah, that's true. But you know, and so does the rest of the city people. And I know a lot of these officers know. You know, I know they're here just to do a job. They have families they have to represent. They have to take care of. They have their own resources that they have to keep. So they're not going to sit there and put their own jobs on the line. They're going to do their best job that they can to maintain and represent the city. But the officials that we elect, their job is to find those resources and to find the opportunity so it doesn't deplete them, putting a downward spiral on this community.
But
you know, so I mean, you're right. I need to try and find a bridge that the community understands. But no matter what, we all know, the elected officials know exactly what's going on because they see me. I've been dealing with them for over a year. They know exactly what I'm here for and what's going on. But they have failed the public. If the public wants these tents gone because they are an eyesore, come up with an opportunity and give an option for people. I'm not going to argue and say that every single person that you can solve the problem. You'll never be able to solve a homeless problem or houseless. There's always something that's going to put them on the street. But how you address that is what makes a defining statement. How you address that represents your citizens. And if you fail to even try, you're failing as a government itself. You know.
So do you think part of it is that people don't understand the situation as well as you guys?
Well, the citizens came to the city and county and said, we want these tents gone. This is an eyesore. We can't have this. Right? And so various members, and I won't name them off, decided to write up a bill called Bill 54 that literally stole from them. Right? This is what your job is for, is to take that and say this is wrong, that the community doesn't want this. They think this is a good thing because it disappears, but when they see it come back the very next day, or with our camp that it just stays, they already know. They're ticked off. They don't care what the reason is. They don't care if we're here for standing up or what's going on. They know right now the mayor can talk big, and so can other city council members, but no matter what, we're still here. So it doesn't show anything, and they're going to get even more mad. And sooner or later, they're going to get so mad that they'll come knocking at your guys' door. But you can look like the big guys and the good guys and just come up with something that gives opportunity, and then everybody can go home and not have to deal with this.
Right. And that's when you guys got voted out.
So it doesn't matter what the community believes of us. It's you guys that know the difference. So if you know the difference, represent the community and stop the depletion of these resources. Because we already have problems holding on to them.
I think really where you can present the biggest opportunity and provide the best value, not only for the people that you're here to protect, but also for the larger community that you guys are a part of, is to help bridge that gap and provide the understanding and provide some possible...
I would like to, but like just the gentleman that was here with the media, or like yesterday, they came down, they didn't mention how you guys are in federal court, right? Okay, so when they find out that Christopher Smith and a few other people put you guys in federal court and that a federal judge actually found that there was enough reasoning to believe that this case was even needed to be heard. Because, you know, they'll throw it out if they think it's just BS, right? They may not agree that we're in the right or you guys are in the right. That's what the court case is about. But just the idea that judge actually found that there was enough reason to believe that there is a substantial reasoning for this case makes a big enough statement. Well, so we're going to deplete resources in federal court while the media says, oh, we won't talk about it. Right?
I think that's premature. I don't think we've gotten to that point yet, but I appreciate your opinions.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing your position on all of this.
It's good to meet you.
Okay, nice meeting you.
Yep.
You take
We'll
care.
be seeing you again.
Yes, we will.
All right.
Did we get you guys' name? What's your name?
Christopher Nova Smith.
How you spell that?
Christopher.
Yeah, but
CRISTOPHER.
We've had a lot
Nova.
of different Christopher spellings. So.
Yeah.
How you spell that?
NOVA. Smith. SMITH.
Is
This is three. Yeah, this
there
first,
a-
middle,
like that?
last.
Oh, that's
Yep.
the middle. There's
Yeah.
no like that.
Yep.
Okay, and what's your friend's name? Oh, where do you go?
Which one? That'd be Doug. How was that first date?
That was pretty good.
Okay, guys. Race 60 is complete. I'm shutting this down, and I'll talk to you guys later.